Hello, this is Mr. Montgomery. In this video, we want to address scaling. It's one of the most challenging things in astronomy to wrap your mind around the size of objects and how far apart they might be. Because in a lot of models like this one, they're made just to show you relative positions. That if Mercury were this large, well, then Jupiter would be enormous. And if Mercury were this far from the sun, Jupiter would be way off down the hall somewhere. And so a lot of models don't address that. But I'm going to show you my models that I use today to talk about the size of the planets reference to one another. We're not going to address their distancing, but we're going to talk about if Mercury were a certain size, then just how big would Jupiter be? Let's start with our home planet Earth right here, the small little disk. And I'm going to put all these measurements down in the description, but 2 1/8 inches, 5.4 centimeters for my European friends here. So let's start with this as our planet Earth, just a little more than 2 inches. Well, we would have our sister planet Venus, sister planet similar in size, and that's about where the similarities end between us and Venus. Tremendously different atmosphere and surface. But Venus, then, just a little bit smaller than planet Earth, checks in right at 2 inches, 5.1 centimeters. Mercury, there you go. Okay, Mercury, considerably smaller than planet Earth. That's 13/16 or 2.1 centimeters. And I think what most of my students are surprised by is that Mars is also considerably large, considerably smaller than they think it is. They have this perception of Mars being almost the same size as the Earth, but Mars here checks in at 1 3/8 inches, 3.6 centimeters. Again, all those would be down in the description, but you can see those terrestrial planets, all relatively small, rocky planets. And then you start to bring in those gas giants. And so let's keep Earth here, and let's bring in Neptune, okay, compared to planet Earth. This model of Neptune, again, made to scale, is 8 3/16 inches or 20.8 centimeters. Uranus, its twin planet, almost exactly the same size. Uranus checks in just a little bit larger than Neptune at 8.5 inches, 21.4 centimeters. But again, both of these considerably larger than planet Earth is here. And then you start to really get to the big guys when we switch to Jupiter and Saturn. So let me set up a shot to be able to even show those. Here's our planet Earth, 2 1/8 inches. Here's our Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter, 23.5 inches, almost 60 centimeters. Saturn, 19 3/4 inches, just about 50 centimeters here. But again, you compare those gas giants to the Earth, and you start to see why it's really hard to make models that truly show planets being drawn to scale or made to scale with one another, much less trying to space them out correctly as well.